As with all my adventures, things have taken a turn for the weird. It's almost July and it is absolutely dumping snow right now. So the plan is 5-day solo trout expedition. We're gonna hit a bunch of lakes, a bunch of off-trail stuff. All we gotta do is hike about 17 miles in. So earlier we got a few miles into that hike and I was absolutely soaking wet from the waist down. I couldn't feel my toes and I was basically in a blizzard. So I ran back into town and picked up a few items to help me not die on my travels. I checked a detailed spot forecast for the area and it looks like the weather is going to slowly improve over the next few days. And I've been planning this trip for months and super excited about it. We have to hike 17 miles before dark and it's 2 p.m. We better haul ass. Well, you guys, I got some mildly distressing news. I just ran into a couple gentlemen, which I actually did not expect to happen way out here. They said when I get down to the bottom of this gorge in about 2 miles that the trail is just covered in blowdown and there's a lot of water over the trail. A little silver lining, they also said there's a great camp just before the trail takes a shit, so we're just gonna have to play it by ear and go with the flow and see how plans be changing. Well, it has been a pretty brutal day. I'm at 15 miles total for the day and over 35,000 steps taken. So pretty beat up at this point. We're to the bridge here where those two gentlemen said the trail gets pretty nasty after this. There's a little camp here and we're actually only a few miles from the first lake we want to get to. So I think yeah, it's 7 p.m. I don't really want to navigate all that blowdown and water over the trail and stuff in the dark. So let's camp here and then we'll get up early and hit it. We'll go catch some trout. Well, it appears nobody has finagled with my food bag overnight. I'm always curious to see what kind of critters might be getting into there. It's pretty chilly out this morning. We got just a few miles until the series of lakes we're trying to get to. They might be a pretty brutal few miles, so let's knock them out and see if we can't go get into some trout. Let's call this time in my life blow down hell. Who's gonna win the stare off? All right, you win. I gotta go. Somebody kill me, please. please. Oh my God. We're only going like 1 mile an hour. I am completely bushwhacking at this point. I know that the river over here comes out of the first lake we're trying to get to, so we can't necessarily get entirely lost, but man, this is some rough going. I'm gonna quit filming and just try and get there. I'll see you guys at the lake. Hey, mountain goats. Wow, that's freaking awesome. Oh my God. I heard something knocking a bunch of rocks down. Took me a while to find it. Yeah, a bunch of mountain goats. Wow. Later, guys. Man, that almost feels like a warning sign. The trail's gotten really hard to follow. It started raining. Kind of feels like I'm not supposed to be back in here. And there's just a spine. I don't know if it's a goat or a moose or a deer, but let's keep going. These trout aren't going to catch themselves. Oh, that first sip of coffee in the morning is always the best. I don't know if you guys can tell, but right back here there's a lake. Woo! We freaking made it! Getting in here was rough, so it's going to force us to reconfigure our plans a little bit. I'm going to sit here and ponder that and eat something, and then new plan formulated. We're going to hike to the farthest lake now, and then over the next few days we'll fish our way back here so that on the day we gotta hike out, we're closest to the car. So more hell, let's go. Some relatively fresh moose poop there. Man, I would love to see a moose on this trip. This is like moose heaven in here. These old Forest Service guard stations were built in the 1950s, and they are right in the middle of the lakes that we want to fish. So I think we'll set up a base camp here, and first let's do a little exploring. This one is locked. There's a metric shit ton of mouse crap down there. I don't know if I want to go in there anyway. Probably get hantavirus. A bunch of old cans and oars. Let's see. Nothing cool over there. Oh, this one's locked too. There's nobody out here to vandalize anything. Well, guess we're not going in there. I saw one more little structure over by the lake, but let's go check it out and see if we can find somewhere to set up our base camp. Oh yeah, this will be perfect, you guys. Little shelter here. Got a picnic table. I can set my tent in there in case there's any rain or snow. We got a fire pit, and the lake is right there. All right, boys, we got the rooster tail tied on. First cast. Fish. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh, it is a freaking lunker. Oh my goodness. That feels like a really, really decent fish. This lake here, at least on the map, it looks like it dries up every summer. I have my doubts. But, oh my, no, oh, whoa, whoa, wow, these are some feisty feisty fish. Don't you go in that tree. No! He got wrapped up in this tree. I should have known better. That is my fault, 100%. 100% my fault. Well, it's a barbless hook. It'll come out. That was a huge fish. Oh man, it is coming down sideways. Wind and rain and snow. I think I've just been cold for like 2 straight days, but it's almost dark out. I just can't seem to land a fish. So, I think we're gonna head back to camp. No fish for dinner tonight. It's almost July. How's it still winter time out here? Freaking Antarctica. Maybe even if the wind could just stop. Okay, let's try and dry off. This is absolutely wild, you guys. I know I said it a few times, but it's almost July. It's 36 degrees outside. It's cold. It won't stop raining and snowing sometimes. I'm in bed. I gotta just get warm. I'm having beef jerky and Parmesan crisp for dinner. Oh, please pray for some sunshine, or at least even just some warmer weather tomorrow. I did something I've never done before, which is download a couple movies onto my phone. I'm embracing technology, but I download some movies and I'm gonna just hang out and just watch a couple movies, and yeah, I'll catch you guys in the morning for some more hot trout action. Oh my. What am I doing with my life? I am absolutely soaking wet. Whatever trail there once was is basically completely gone. I'm just bushwhacking through a swamp. Man, let's pray for some gosh dang sunshine, or at least to warm up a little bit today. All this in the name of trout. Okay, where to go, where to go? We made it. The misery index is pretty high here, you guys. First cast in the big lake. At what point do I call it, you guys? I mean, tomorrow is looking significant. Oh, there's a fish. Oh, he's not here. Rainbow trout. I'm gonna get him back in the water. I've officially caught a trout in this lake. I could technically check it off the list. Not catching nothing but dinks in here. Beautiful, but not what I'm after. Well, say goodbye to that lake. We're gonna head back to camp and rethink every decision we've ever made in our life. Actually, there's a lake between camp and this lake, so we'll stop there and see if we can't get into something a little bit bigger. Woo, boy! Well, not even a bite at this lake, so let's head back to camp over here and see what the game plan is gonna be. I really hate to admit it, you guys, but I have been defeated. This is October hunting weather, and I just did not bring the gear to deal with it. Could I stay longer and not die? Yeah, but I am wet and cold from head to toe. This is supposed to be a enjoyable fishing adventure, and I'm pretty much just solely focused on staying as dry as I can and warm. So I'm just gonna start hiking on out of here, guys. We'll see how far I make it. I might have to amputate a toe after this one. If there was even a glimmer of hope that tomorrow the weather would be nicer and I could dry out, I'd stick around, but tomorrow's supposed to be even worse. Oh my God. I am in like my own hell right now. Some insane storm is blowing over me. 11 miles in, we're heading up and over the first pass. It's super cold and windy up here, but I'm very thankful it's not raining right now. 14 miles in, up and over pass number 2. The pack's getting heavy. My legs are starting to feel a little noodly, but it's all downhill from here. We just gotta get right down there. I am absolutely wrecked. I've never been so happy to see my car. I have two very contradictory feelings. I'm glad I left today. One more day in the snow and rain and wind and freezing is just unnecessary. But I also wish that I would have stayed and caught more trout. But on the bright side, I did get a lot of information. Now I know how long it takes to get there. I know it can be done in a day. I know there's fish there, and I'll be more prepared when we head back next summer. So if you're still watching, thanks for tagging along, everybody. I'm gonna go home and sleep for about 1.5 years. I will catch you guys on the next one.